Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned into Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection Workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here, it's not just about fixing cars. It's about keeping you rolling and saving you money, giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises, and to the what the heck moments. Had a few of those lately. We've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, a few good laughs. And I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and we are shifting into drive here on Fun Friday morning with Motormouth's Morning Drive. Thanks for kicking into gear and sticking with us all week. We've covered a lot of blacktop in a short period of time. It's Fun Friday again, and what does that mean in the Car Connection Workshop? We just yak. Yeah, why not? It's Fun Friday. We made it to the weekend. We're like on the cusp of the Rubicon. Yeah, and if you don't have to get up early tomorrow morning, you can kind of forget about the snooze, hitting the snooze button for the 29th time. Don't tell everybody that. But yeah, if you're, let's start on the right foot. If you're in the queue to the drive-through, listen up. Get your gear, check it twice, and head out for the road, all right? We'll give you a couple of minutes to get that all together, and we'll get things together here in the Car Connection Workshop. We got so much to get through. I forgot it was, can you believe that? The week has been screaming along, and it's been a little bit lumpy. Lots of moving parts this week. Vehicles being fixed and moved around, and messages being left. And, hey, I got this stuff for you, Motormouth. No problem. It's going to be here tomorrow morning. And, yeah, that's what the week has been like. It's been like, the schedule, change the schedule. Okay, create another schedule, change the schedule. Have you ever had a week like that? Where you're going, you look at your schedule and go, I got this week all figured out. No, you don't. That becomes the week from hell. So it's a little bouncy this week, but stay with me. I realize it's Fun Friday this morning at about 4:10 a.m. And so we're not going to jump into the fall vehicle maintenance one nugget at a time today. We'll save that for bright and early Monday morning. We're going to be talking about cooling system revival. We're going to continue with that. Reason being, your cooling system is the lifeblood of every single thing that's on your automobile. So if it crush, kills, and destroys, tell me what sitcom that was from. Crush, kill, destroy. Yeah, put that in the comment section or send me an email, motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. If the cooling system fails, and I have pointed a number of you to our YouTube channel because there's so much for you to learn there, whether you don't know the difference between the radiator grill and the radiator, it's okay. We're going to teach you something. You're going to learn some of the basics. They're going to help you keep your automobile and catch up to my friend Steve and I. He's at 600. Well, he was 648 last Sunday, he said, on his 2010 4Runner. So I'm going to ask him. I might see him this weekend, and I'll ask him, where's he at? Where you at, Jaime? And we'll find out if he's at 652 or 650. I don't know if I can catch him, though. I'm a little behind at 400. You can only circle the block so many times before the neighbors here go, you're weird. Yeah. Please don't park in front of my house again. Thank you. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, you can keep your vehicle as long as you want, as providing we have a foundation. And speaking of foundation, we want to say thank you to Kathy, Dave, and Dan Grimo, the Grimo family at Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, building Canada since 1931, and they are professionals at building the foundation blocks to whatever it is you're building and adding to your home. So if you're putting on an addition, you need to go and select your blocks at Niagara Block because they make them fresh Every day they come out of the hot, steaming oven. And voila, you got yourself a basic cinder block or something designer. You decide if the blocks have to have texture, they can give them texture. If you want them to have color, they can color them too. They have everything you need to build that foundation when you're putting an addition onto your home, or maybe you're building a workshop, maybe a man cave. There's nothing like solid block buildings versus, the other things, chipboard, all the cheap stuff. Yeah. That, the story of, the wolf's going to huff and puff and blow your house down. Yeah. Not with blocks from Niagara Block. That ain't going to happen. The wolf is going to pass out and probably have a stroke and die. Yeah. That's what happens in the book that I wrote. So head over to Niagara Block. Get yourself some beautiful cinder blocks. They have interlocking brick. They have patio stones. They have all the hardscape landscaping materials that you would need to create beautiful walkways, patios, or even that outdoor living space that you've always wanted. And if you check in with Kathy Grimo, she has a list. I'm sure she has a list for her husband, David, too. Yeah. That's the honey-do list. We're not talking about that. She has a list of contractors that you can trust to estimate the program, put together a project plan, get it started, get it finished, and then you sit back and enjoy the beauty. Yes, the beauty. Just like that. Done. 905-356-2221 is the number to call. And remember, 5,000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls. They have angle iron, rebar, all that stuff to create the supports for your foundation. And I'm speaking of foundation. I was thinking this morning, could you smell it? Yeah, it's probably a little flame along the south shore of Lake Erie. But we'll have our morning swiggy in about 15 seconds here, unless I go down a rabbit hole on Fun Friday. That's possible. That is possible. I saw, here it comes. I'm driving by somebody's house the other day, and there's a car there, and it's on stands. It's been on stands for a while, and I kind of went by and I looked, and then you ever done that where your head kind of ratchets around and you need another look? You're going, did I? Really? It's daytime. I saw the biggest skunk I have ever seen since 3 years ago. Yeah. Stepping out the side door, and it's like, oh, hey, good morning, buddy. Whoa, look at the size of that tail you got there that's sticking up and pointing right at me. I think, is that the time? And get back inside. Well, I saw one yesterday. I'm going, what is he doing out there in daylight? Anyways, it was huge. And I'm thinking, that thing could zook you real good. Yeah. You'd be lucky if that wears off by the time you're 89 years old. So having a good, solid foundation on your vehicle is the starting point. It is the starting point of keeping that engine, that transmission, and all the other components running fine-tuned for as long as you wish. And that is the truth, period. Mileage does not matter. Maintenance matters. And I got thinking a little bit deeper, and I'm thinking, here's the thing. Okay, we just pulled out, it's been in storage since 2008. That's right. You got to watch the introductory video because we're just getting into this. And I got to go pick up some parts this morning, and isn't that interesting? It has everything to do with the cooling system. And here's my point. Now, this vehicle, to get back out on the road where it belongs, the last time it was on the road, it's stickered in the USA for 2008, and that's when I got it. And, you'll have to listen to the backstory on that. And that's why I just kind of put it away and just kind of forgot about it. Not really, but I knew where it was, and I knew it was safe. And I checked on it periodically to make sure, the rodents weren't having a feast. So starting with the cooling system, that's where I'm starting on this 92 Cabriolet, and there's a reason behind that. You follow the series, and you'll see the method to my madness on how I bring a vehicle right back up to par that's completely and 100% reliable and fun to drive at the same time. Why am I starting with the cooling system? And I'm going to leave that as a question for you to rattle in your mind and ponder over the weekend. Why would Motormouth start with upgrading the cooling system on this 92 Volkswagen Cabriolet, Golf Cabriolet Carmen? That's the series. It's from Germany. So it wasn't built in Mexico or Brazil. It was built in Germany. So why would I do that? Why would Motormouth start with the cooling system? So we'll talk about that Monday morning when we get into radiator. We're going to talk about radiators. And there's a lot of components in the cooling system we're going to unveil. And why would I be doing that? That's that question falls in line with the other one I just said. Why would I be doing that? And why am I breaking down the cooling system one component at a time so that you get a better understanding how critical, how important, and how foundational the cooling system is on anything? I don't care what it is. A bulldozer, a D10, a digger. It doesn't matter. And here's where I was going with that. So drive-through people, are you ready? You ready for your swiggy? Okay, let's get that done because I think I've mastered my morning beverage. I know. I've been working on it for a while. I got to deal with these cortisol things. You know, I had to go trying pants on the other day. I got invited to a wedding, and it's kind of like, that isn't my freaking waist size. Don't talk to me about that kind of number. Who do you think you are? You're bigger. What? What? No way. That can't happen. No. Well, you know, our body, this is what I can tell. Well, you know what? Our bodies change as we get older. Really? Well, you know, my car is still the same car as it's a 2008 Nissan Rogue. It's still a Nissan Rogue. It's not changing. Well, that's different. Anyhow, so that's what was happening at the time. So anyways, I'm dealing with these cortisol things. I don't have coffee for 1 hour after I wake up. And yes, I can bite somebody and get away with it. It's true. So on 3, 2, 1, I believe I've got the elixir figured out, and I like it, and then I can really enjoy it. So on 3, 2, 1, let's have our fun Friday morning swiggy together. You ready? 3, 2, and 1. Man, that's so good. It should be illegal. Kid you not. Nice slice of fresh ginger in there. Oh yeah, we may need to take a break here. Yeah, okay, I won't do it. All right, so that's the deal. We'll have morning weather in about 15 seconds. So we will continue with our cooling system revival series on Monday, beginning with the radiator, which is another important component. And we'll continue with the fall vehicle maintenance, one nugget at a time. Something I want to remind you of, always check with your vehicle manufacturer on things. And here's what I'm going to tell you. And this is what a vehicle manufacturer told me directly, whom I became very good friends with. He was from Bavaria. I loved the guy to pieces. He was much older than me, but very intelligent. He was from Bavaria, and I said, "Is the chocolate really good from Bavaria, Mike?" He's like, "Oh yes, Motormouth. The chocolate is very good." And I'm like, "Well, get me some." We had a good relationship. And here's what he said. He said, "The owner's manual is not the gospel." And here's what his total answer to all of it was. I said, "So everything that's written in there is what? Just a suggestion." That's right from the manufacturer, okay? So there you go. That was at the time, my Volkswagen manufacturer representative. He said it's not the gospel, it is only a suggestion. So always check with your owner's manual, especially when it comes to the antifreeze. If they're saying use the long life coolant in there, you don't have to. It's your choice. You don't have to. Antifreeze is antifreeze is antifreeze is antifreeze. The long life stuff, here's the thing. If that's what you want to use, here's what I'm going to tell you. You had better be absolutely religiously checking the antifreeze. I think I have the hiccups. Is that possible? Yeah. Just a minute while I stand on my head and rotate my hand on my stomach counterclockwise. Yeah, how many different ways to get rid of hiccups? I don't know, but I can't do that one. I'm not coordinated enough. So if you're dead set on using the long life antifreeze, you had better have somebody testing that for pH balance, acid corrosion level, and alkalinity on I would say a monthly basis. Because here's what I know. If you go into our YouTube channel, which all the links are on the homepage of our website, I'll talk about that in a moment, so that you can make sure that you can connect with us. Now we have so many ways for you to watch, listen, and engage with Car Connection. If you go into the first 50 videos, I did a whole series on testing and evaluating antifreeze from the store shelf to 3 samples, and see if you can figure out which one I'm testing in the 3 sample video. Because here's what happens. I did some testing, and I'm not going to be a spoiler alert here. You go watch the videos and see what I was testing, and you'll be quite surprised and shocked and awed at what I found right off the store shelf. So I say all that to say this. If you're going to run that long life coolant, you had better be, your tech or yourself, better get yourself a whole case of Cool Track test strips. That's what I use, and you can buy them and use it, and you'll see that in those cooling system videos. In the first 50 videos we've done out of almost 550 videos now that are available to you on our YouTube channel. As of yesterday, we're only like 8 subscribers away from halfway to our first 1,000 subscribers. So thank you to those of you who have checked and made sure you're enjoying the videos, but also telling the algorithms you're enjoying them, and you're subscribing and hitting the notification bell and giving us a comment. Because all those things, and sharing us out there, those are the things we need you to do so we can do what we do. So here's the thing. You better be testing that long life antifreeze at least once every couple of months. If it were in anything that I had to run that in, which you don't, because remember I talked about it this week, that long life antifreeze, DexCool, came out in 1992. And by 1997, we were already having catastrophic engine failures from the cooling system failure due to DexCool, the long life antifreeze. That was the long life antifreeze that was available at the time. And in fact, I still have about a third of a jug of that product on my shelf, tucked away at the very back of the stockpile on purpose. I'm letting it age. And no, it's not going to be like a good wine when it's done. I'm waiting to see how acidic this product can get. So it can turn overnight. And when it turns acidic, the pH balance, alkalinity, and corrosion level go off the charts on the Cool Track test strip. It's a litmus strip. Litmus or litness? I don't know. Litmus. Good enough. On the test strip, it'll go right off the meter, right off the color chart on the test strip. And you can see that in real time on my videos. In the first 50 videos. So always check with your vehicle manufacturer to see what they suggest. And keep this in mind. This is what my good friend Mike from Bavaria said. It's up to the owner to decide how to maintain their vehicle. If they want to change the oil more, that's their car. If they want to rust-proof it, it's their car. So keep that in mind. Even though you're making the payments, it's not their car anymore. It's yours. That's right. So if you go, I'm just going to stop making the payments and pitch the keys back, it's their car. No, it's your car. Yeah, unless you're leasing it, then it might have the leasing company's name on the title. But if you're making car payments, it's been transferred to moi, you. It's been transferred to you. You're the vehicle owner. Yeah, so even if you pitch the keys at them, guess what? They're coming for you, not the car manufacturer. Yeah, you. You're on title. You stop the payments. Try it. See how fast that takes. Yeah, before the repo man comes. So we'll continue with the fall vehicle maintenance nuggets one at a time, starting with cooling system revival. So if you've missed already a number of episodes, you can go back and collect those from the homepage of our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. And also, I have 35 fall maintenance tech tips coming in September. They're all created and ready to go for you. So you'll get a tech tip for 35, fall maintenance tech tip for 35 days. Yeah, Monday through Friday, of course. And it being Friday, reminder, tomorrow is Q&A, is Car Connection. Motormouth Morning Drive, Saturday Morning Drive is a Q&A session. So if you haven't popped a question into my email box, I need it by noon today. So do me a favor. And ladies, you seem to be holding the show. Congratulations to you. Let's see if you can take it on one more time. I pull 3 questions from everything that comes in, and I try and make it so that they work together, that the questions work together. They kind of, one leads off the next. And so in September, when everything gets back to normal in schedules and routines and whatnot, probably somewhere about the middle of the month, people should be back into the vibe and the groove of the kids being back in school and all that stuff, schedules, after school programs, making lunches, getting them in bed, cleaned and snuggled into their beds on time, that kind of stuff. Yeah, and did I say lunches and snacks? Did I leave snacks out of that? And snacks, Mom, snacks, 2. Yeah, it has to be 2, afternoon snack. We'll do that in September. When you send in a question for the month, even if I don't read it, you go into a draw for some Car Connection swag. I will pull one of those emails at the end of the month, and that will be the winner. And we'll send out a prize pack. How cool is that? Right? I mean, if you're in Peru, we might have to change it up a little bit. Exactly. But we'll send something out to you, because our podcasts are now reaching between 9 and 10 countries right now. So that's pretty cool. I never saw that coming in radio, but it certainly works in digital. So for more episodes and project details and links, they're all available for every one of you at our Car Connection Business Network website. Yeah, my voice is a little gargly this week. I don't know what it is. It comes, it goes. And hacking, a useless cough. That's what my naturopath says. You got a useless cough, Motormouth? Yeah, I said, sometimes I feel like I'm going to throw a rod and a piston out of my mouth, but nothing happens. He goes, yeah, that's what I call a useless cough. So ccbusnet.com is the shortest version we have for you. So you'll find every single thing you'd like on our homepage. So if you'd like to follow the build and repair work that we do on our YouTube channel, this is how you're going to do it, and connect with our program partners. Just click on their logo, and it will open their profile page, and you can connect with them. And thank you to all those of you who are utilizing our program partners, because we need them as well as we need you too. We're not monetized, so thank goodness we have a few program partners that came along when we left radio and jumped into full digital platforms. They're with us, so they're carrying the tab, but just barely. That's what I'm saying, just barely. So there's a number of different ways that you can help us along here, and we'll talk about that at the end of the program. I put together a little short ditty just to keep you in the loop with us and how we're doing, and we want to continue to do what we're doing because we're getting great comments, which is good, in email, but we need to turn those comments into the YouTube channel, because that's what the algorithms are looking for. So let's continue to dive in this morning with the morning weather. Let's see what's going on. And the weather-wise, it has been a Looney Tune this week. Holy smokes. On the south shores of Lake Erie in the Niagara region. Yeah, these flash flood things. What do they call them again? I can't remember. Yeah, they have a new name for them. We've always known them as flash floods. But they call them something else now. And I can't remember what it is. It's just a term I'm just not familiar with. So we'll stick with flash floods. No precipitation today in the Niagara region. Be many that even my brother and sister-in-law's home in St. Catharines got flooded out. And according to my pops, I haven't been there for a coon's age. They had a really nice finished-off basement apartment. And, they struggled to try and keep the water. And the problem was it wasn't only just gray water, it was sewer water. So you know what that means. Yeah, don't need to explain that before breakfast. 58 degrees right now, so they'll be happy there's no precipitation in the rainometer today. 58 degrees right now and mostly clear. The wind is making it feel cooler, about 56 degrees. Clear conditions will continue all day. Today's temperature range will be 56 to 79, my kind of temp, and feels like 56 to 83, so 83. We're going to have an overnight low of 56, so you can, let the household air conditioner melt down and cool off and take a break. And yesterday, overnight low was 59. I had my windows open and air conditioning off. It's just nice to have a breeze. I call it the ocean breeze, but it isn't. It's not ocean water. It's Great Lakes. And you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes it smells like moss. You ever notice that? Like, have you ever been to Niagara Falls and you get that smell? Yeah. I only went on the Maid of the Mist one time. Was my friend Carlene took me there. She goes, "You never been on the Maid of the Mist and you live there?" I go, "Right. You're going." And that happened. And I'm like, "What is that foamy stuff there?" Ew. That brown foam? There's a lot of brown foam down there. I'm just saying. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't look like anything you want to scoop and try it on. No. Thank you to Earl and Louise Grant for bringing in the morning weather today. They're an amazing couple. They are been in the pre-owned car business for a long time. They've been with us almost 10 years with Car Connection. And I'll tell you what, if someone you know, co-worker, friend, somebody in your circle of peeps is looking for a pre-owned vehicle, get them to City Auto Sales and Leasing. It's worth the drive. You can visit them on our website and see their inventory there. Low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. That's what they sell. They don't push, pull, drag somebody else's junk in and make it look like, lipstick on a pig. They don't do that. They've got really good resources. And Earl, when I call him the car guy, that's underrating him. He is a car enthusiast. And I'll tell you what, he'll pick you a real beauty. So you can buy with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. They have in-house leasing and financing. They are Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. Low mileage, quality vehicles, fair prices. And Louise is going to take very good care of you. You will have the best vehicle purchasing experience ever. And I mean that, ever. So if they don't have the vehicle you are specifically looking for, that's where you need to connect with Earl, the car guy. Because if it's out there and it's any good, he'll find it through his resources. But if it's not, he may say, let's just wait a little while for something else to come in. And that's a good thing. And my friend Mike Basil did that when I was looking for a vehicle. He said, let's just pass on this one. Let's just wait a little bit and see what else comes in. And it was only a couple of weeks, and it was like, here's a message was left on my studio machine. Jenkins, Motormouth, yeah, get your butt down here and pay very close attention to this one. Okay, I might not be here, but so-and-so is going to look after you. Pay very close attention to it. In other words, this is one you're taking home. So anyways, and it all worked out. It was a 98, was it? Yeah, 98 Honda CRV. It was one owner. It was emerald green with really nice gray interior, and the mileage 60,000 miles, and it's still going. I sold it at 229,000 miles. Yeah, absolutely. If you or someone you know needs to get clarity to your financial situation, we have help for you. If you want clarity, here's how you're going to do it. Our certified financial planning professionals are there for you. Not only do they bring this podcast to you, but also our YouTube channel. Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, I've known them for over 20 years. They have been my brothers from other mothers, as well as my personal financial planners. So I'm speaking from experience. You're not going to say or do anything that they haven't seen or heard before in their 50 years of experience without IG Wealth Management. If you need somebody to take a look at a portfolio of investments you have sitting somewhere, I would highly recommend you have them do that. So you have the opportunity to book an hour and a coffee discovery meeting. No money's going to be requested, so leave your wallet and your purse at home. They're there to answer your questions regarding an investment portfolio, debt, dealing with it once and for all, estate planning, making sure that you are also the health proxy for your 18-year-old kids still living under your roof. Mortgages, they arrange that as well. I love being with IG Wealth for mortgages. I'm never going back to the bank, ever. They treat you like a human being, that you matter. And I like that, and the mortgage rates are absolutely competitive. And life insurance, critical illness insurance, those are things you really need to consider, because we don't get out of this thing called life alive, just so you know. And you want to make sure that you don't leave family in a mess. And I've seen that in these last years over and over again with friends who have older siblings and they suddenly pass and they're in a mess. And it doesn't go away overnight. It can take 2 to 3 to 5 years to clean it all up. And that's on you. If you're the person that's been put in charge of their estate, then it's all on you. So insurance may seem like an expense until you need it. It's a wise investment. So book that hour and a coffee meeting and get your questions answered. Get them answered, folks. Don't stew on it any longer. If the debt dragon's beating you in the head, then one more time before you go down, you pick up the phone and you book a meeting, either in person, by phone, in a box with a fox, a coffee shop, the boardroom, wherever you're comfortable, your own home. Again, put your money away. They're not going to be asking you for anything. They're just going to listen to see where you are. And remember this, and I'm speaking from experience, because the same person wiped me out twice. I know, you say you listened to him twice. I know, but I can't tell you the reason why I was listening, but I had to listen and got wiped out twice. Let me tell you, when you're sitting in your living room looking for all your change jars and you're rolling nickels, dimes, and quarters and pennies to keep the lights and everything on, you're broke. Just saying. You're broke. And it wasn't easy. But I'll tell you, with Tony and Larry by my side, and I remembered Larry saying in the boardroom, Niall, listen to me. I'm like, here it comes, brothers and sisters. You've been dealt the house of cards. And we know that. One card shifts, and you won't have a credit rating until you're like 71 or 79 years of age. Can you feel that boom? Feel the boom, baby? I did. And it was like, okay. So Larry said to me, he goes, you go home, you look at every bill that's coming in, and if it's not necessary, whatever it is, you shave it off. You go to town. He said, you know how to do it. Now go home and do that. Here's a sheet. Follow the sheet and go through every single thing that's pulling money out of the household. And if it's not necessary, if it's not providing oxygen, lighting, heating, or water, then you don't need it. And I was able to shave off $5,000 a month in wasted expenses. That made the difference right there. It made the difference. So get that discovery meeting done. They can also help you to create a budget to purchase that next automobile if you need one. And for those who are tuning in, you won't need one because you'll be able to hit the 600,000 kilometer mark like my friend Steve, because it just means buy right, buy quality, and take care of it. Because mileage doesn't matter, maintenance does. So they can help you create a budget to also maintain the vehicle that you have, because the best one in the driveway, you're going to hear them say this in a meeting, best car in the driveway right now in this economy is the one that's paid off. And as long as it's not rotting into the ground, everything else is fixable. Check into our YouTube channel. You'll see. Watch the whole series on the 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler I pulled out of a wrecking yard in Niagara-on-the-Lake. I could hand you the keys right now, and now it's come back from the Fab Shop. Thank you to Jesse and the team up at the Fab Shop in Waynfleet, Ontario, Canada. Jesse Moore. That's what they do there. It's a dirty job, but they do custom exhaust. They took care of our little 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler. It has an amazing exhaust system on it, and replaced the bent up broken bracket for the control arm so the axle's not slamming around anymore. That's fixed. It's ready for just about ready for the road. And we're going to do a big reveal on how much it costs to bring that vehicle from nothing to something. And we're going to let everybody get in on that and throw your 2 cents in. So watch the videos. So here's the thing. On the homepage of our website, in the top right-hand corner, are all the platforms that you can find us on. We put 3 new videos out every single week. Skippy and I, we work like animals and get treated like a bad donkey. And it's okay. We like that. Keeps us sharp. Yeah, we do that every single week for you. 2 for Tuesday, and you get a brand new one every Friday heading into the weekend. And we keep the videos short because I'm conscientious about your time. Both of us are. We used to do longer videos. I said, you know what? Let's not take up too much of their time. They can always go back in and watch the next part. You know, when you're sitting and having a cup of Joe or something, whatever. You got 15 minutes, you can watch a video clip. So all of that is available. Top right-hand corner is Point Click. That's our YouTube channel. Facebook, Instagram, Stevensville on the web. That's where our Skippy, our videographer, puts bloopers, outtakes, and reels you will not see anywhere else. We do an article in the Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. Just click on the businesses tab. We are presented as the automotive experts there. That's a website our Skippy put together. She lives there. My parents live there. A lot of my friends live there. It's a great little town. That's where the safari is. The zoo is there. That's a great day out. If you haven't done that yet, before the kids or grandkids go back, check out Safari Niagara in Stevensville. No, they don't pay for the show, but it's a really cool place for you to take the kids and yourself for a whole day and have a great time. Have a great time there. That gets 20,000 visits a month, that website. But the purpose was, as Skippy would say, I wanted to introduce all the businesses to the community and the community to the businesses. And that's really cool. So we have our iHeart icon is there. That's where our podcasts are libraried. But here's the thing. Tap into our YouTube channel. This podcast goes live at 8 a.m. this morning. You can pull it from our YouTube channel. It populates automatically. I did that. I still can't believe I did that, but I did it, and it works. So all our podcasts, if you're tuning in for the first time, you only have 247 to catch up on. That's all. You can do it. Sleep is so overrated. I said that to my insurance agent the other day. I had to wait for him to come back from lunch. I said, "You're eating again?" I said, "Eating and sleeping is so overrated." He just couldn't stop laughing. He goes, yeah, you're right. It's true. It is way overrated. So everything you need to connect with us and our merch store, Freedom Expressions, is there as well. Whatever you order is put together specifically for you, fresh, and sent directly to you. All the proceeds from all our merchandise turns back to supporting Total Freedom Addiction Campuses, Canada and USA, where a new life change happens every single day. So you can be part of that. And Sydney, Manitoba campus with Rick and Robin are facilitators there. And Steph and John are heading out there as well to give them a hand, because the campus is soon going to be adding the women as well. So the community has really pulled together and has built a facility, is helping to continue to build facilities for the women. And that is so cool. So if you or someone you know is struggling with an addiction, help is right there on our website. Just click on the logo for Total Freedom. It'll take you to the Darien Center campus, and you can have a look, see what happens there. And the testimonials are amazing. So to wrap up today's program, remember, Monday I will continue, and we'll start off with radiator, how important that is in the cooling system and where it fits into the cooling system, because that is the number one most neglected system on any unit, even if it's construction units as well. People just don't think about it until it's too late. And if you watch the videos on the 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler Rescue, you'll find out just how important the cooling system is, because we show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. What put that little TJ, that little red TJ Wrangler in its final resting place in Niagara-on-the-Lake in a wrecking yard, a truck wrecking yard. Yeah, we were in there looking for trailer parts for a ministry and a trailer that a bunch of us were building. And I found it there, and I'm like, oh, hello. What are you doing here? Laying in the mud underneath. I'm going, well, the frame's not even rotted out. I wonder why it's here. So, long story short, it ended up being the first rescue vehicle we did for our YouTube channel to share with you. And so take a look at that. You'll find out what was the final blow to that vehicle that put it in its resting place there. Destined for the crusher. And we rescued it. How cool is that? It's very cool. Extremely cool. In fact, I just did a short on that. As it was leaving, I had it loaded up on the car hauler to head up to Jesse's Fab Shop. And I did a short because now I got to do a little bit of internal body work on the driver's side floor from water coming in and sitting there. And then we'll be just about ready for it to go for an Ontario safety. And then it's on the road legally. So here's what I'm going to close out with today, because I just wrote this and I thought I need to share with you and keep you all in the loop so that you know how to help us. Because here's the thing with all of us, and it even includes the car. And, you know, the word has been passed I live in an older neighborhood, been here a long time, decades, and word has passed that we'll do the work. If we get the videos, you pay for the parts. And I put forth the labor. And I didn't realize how many women in the area are widowed, divorced in their older years, and now they're on their own. Hubby used to look after the car. Single moms, single gals that are just, a little afraid to put themselves out there. And I get it. I totally get it. And they come knocking and just saying, hey, I heard, through my friend so-and-so, you look after a vehicle. Can you help me out? And of course we can. Of course we can. So that's what we want to do more of, is to be able to do that. So if you enjoy what we do here at Car Connection Workshop and Motormouth Morning Drive podcast 6 days a week, there are a few ways that you can be a part of it. You can support the show. You can check out our Motormouth merch. You can also buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Motormouth Niall. And all this information is in the descriptions of our videos and the podcast. And I take care of that myself. So get your car connection maintenance schedule as well and stay on track with your vehicle maintenance. Send us an email or simply like, subscribe, and share the show with another car enthusiast. You do your part, we'll keep doing ours, and thanks for being a part of the Motormouth community. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early again for Motormouth's Morning Drive. It's Q&A Saturday. So a final reminder, get your questions into me by noon today, wherever you are around the world. That's fine. Get them to me, and I will sift through those and pull 3 questions to unpack in their entirety. I don't just give you a bum fluff answer. I break the questions down so that you walk away going, I didn't know that. And I had a moment like that this week in checking in and meeting a business online, Meredith Battery in Pennsylvania. And they had a 1-hour recorded show talking about batteries. And I'll tell you, I came away going, I did not know that. So till tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for Saturday morning's Q&A, or Monday morning, you guys and gals have yourself a fantastic weekend. Please drive safe out there and watch out for the other stupids, because they ain't thinking most of the time. Just watch their driving habits. You got to keep an eye on them. So happy, healthy motoring, friends. Peace, patience, and kindness always. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.